Hello friends, welcome to our AIMS Today YouTube channel. In today's IIT NEET Foundation class, from physics subject light topic we are going to continue. Let's learn about laws of reflection of light in this video. So let's do it with one small experiment. Let's take one protractor calibrated with angles from 0 to 180 degrees from left part and 180 to again from 0 to 180 degrees from right side on the lower part. So let's fix one mirror, plane mirror at one end of the protractor. Take one flashlight. Now focus the flashlight, means it's a point source of light. Now focus the light ray through 60 degrees angle of the protractor like this, such that it will hit the plane mirror at the middle. So this is the incident ray here, IR. So a light ray from the laser light, it is touching the mirror in this direction. So at this point it is touching, means this point is called point of incidence. We can call it as POI, point of incidence. So at the point of incidence, let's draw one normal here at the point of incidence. So this is the angle between the normal and between the incident ray. So already we have learnt this is called angle of incidence I. So this is angle of incidence. So from 60 to 90, the difference is 30. So here angle of incidence is 30 degrees. So what you will observe, so the ray after hitting the plane mirror, it will be bounced back into the same medium in this direction. If you observe here, so it is going through this 120 degrees, upper part 120 degrees. So 90 to 120, 90 degrees to 120. So this angle, the angle between reflected ray and the normal, this is called angle of reflection, or if you observe this, so this value also will be equal to 30 degrees. So angle of incidence is 30 degrees, angle of reflection also 30 degrees. So in the first case, we have observed that angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Let's move the laser light to another angle. Now we are focusing it, now we want to focus it through 40 degrees. Now this is the incident ray. Through 40 degrees, the light ray is coming and hitting the mirror. If you observe, it will be reflected back along this line through 140 degrees. So now what is the angle of incidence? From incident ray to normal, this part, from 40 to 90, around 50 degrees. So angle of reflection from reflected ray to normal, this part. This part means how much? From 90 to 140. This is also 50. So again, in second case also, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Both the angles are equal to 50 degrees. Now let's move the laser light to another point. Now I want to focus it through 20 degrees angle. So this is the incident ray. Through 20 degrees it is coming and hitting the mirror. So now what is the angle of incidence? This part. So this part from 20 to 90, from 20 to 90, 20 degrees to 90 degrees, 70 degrees. So how it will be reflected? Through 160 degrees along this line. So here, so this is the angle of reflection. In third case, angle of reflection from 90 to 160 means 70 degrees. So in third case also, angle of incidence is 70, angle of reflection is 70. So from this small experiment, what can we conclude? In all the cases, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So the first law of reflection is angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. This is the first law of reflection. And next, so this assume that this protractor is placed on the paper, on one white paper. It is fixed on one white paper, and the laser light is focused along the paper, along the protractor. Means the incident ray is on the paper, is traveling on the paper. after touching the mirror, how it will be reflected? It will be reflected back along the paper only. Means it will travel on the paper. So means the incident ray and the reflected ray both are lying on the paper. Means both are lying on the plane of the paper. If you draw normal at the point of incidence, that normal also lies on the same plane of paper. So by this we can conclude that the incident ray, reflected ray and normal rays, all the three rays always lie in the same plane. In this example, it is here the plane, what plane we have considered? Paper. Means all three of them lie on the plane of the paper. They won't deviate from the same plane. So these two are the laws of reflection of light. So whenever we are studying about light, these two laws we have to keep in mind. So next, so types of reflection of light. We have mainly three types of reflection of light. So one is mirror reflection, which we have observed in last case. Second one is specular reflection, and third one is diffuse reflection. Sorry, it's D here, not S. Diffused reflection. So if you observe this image, so here we can observe the reflections from the surface of water. We can here smooth water surface is here in the first picture, and the second picture the water is not steady, the water is moving, so we can call it as wavy water surface. Here it is steady, so that's why we call it as smooth water surface or calm water surface. So here if you observe this mountain range, here we are having one mountain range. The image of the mountain range we are able to observe clearly. We are able to observe clearly in the smooth water surface. But here, if you observe here also we are having some mountain range, but it is not in the water, it is not observed clearly. It is somewhat fuzzy. It is somewhat zigzag. We are not able to observe the mountain range as it is in the wavy water surface. So why means when the water is smooth or calm, so whatever rays are coming, in whatever direction light rays are coming, they will be reflected back in the same direction. So whatever light rays are coming, with what angle they are coming, so they will reflect back in the same direction. So if we consider a parallel beam of light, so before reflection, in what direction the parallel beam is coming, after reflection also the parallel beam will be reflected in the same way. So that's why we can observe the mountain range as it is in the same manner. So that is called specular reflection or regular reflection. But whereas in the case of wavy water surface, as the water is moving, suppose one light ray is coming like this, it will be reflected like this. So one ray is coming like this and it will be reflected in another direction. One ray is coming like this, the parallel beam which is coming and hitting the water surface may be reflected in different directions. So because of this different directions, as the parallel beam after reflection not following a regular pattern, so that's why we are not able to see the mountain range as it is. So that is called diffuse reflection or irregular reflection. Let's see the definitions. So first, laws of reflection we have learnt. So incident ray, reflected ray, normal ray to the mirror at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. That is one thing. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. These are laws of reflection. So regular reflection. Regular reflection will be in this way. So whatever parallel beam is there, so after reflection also it will be parallel. It will be parallel. Why this is means? This is because of the nature of the surface. The surface is smooth or well polished. The surface is smooth, well polished. So that's why we are able to observe the regular reflection. So the image the image what we observe in the mirror is an example of regular reflection. So the parallel incident rays are reflected in such a way that reflected rays also parallel to each other. So that is known as regular reflection. So before reflection they are parallel, after reflection also they are parallel. So it happens only if the surface is smoothly polished like plane mirror. So irregular reflection. Here the surface is not is smooth, but not completely smooth. Not completely smooth. So somewhat rough surface is there, or we can take it as rough surface. So rough surface. What happens which is not smooth, or we can call it as irregular surface. So then the reflected rays scatter in all directions, means deviate in all directions. Such a reflection is called irregular reflection. So it occurs because of rough surfaces. So here we are able to see all the objects around us only because of this irregular reflection. So that's why the reflection from all directions, it is reaching our eye, and we are able to observe the objects which are available in all directions. So otherwise, if mirror is at one place, we are at another place. If we come into the point of view of mirror, then only we can observe the image. If we are out of the view, then we cannot observe the image. So that's why the objects which we see around us only because of the irregular reflection. Thank you. So thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.